The Seestar S50 is dead. ZWO have announced they're stopping sale of the Seestar S50 Smart Telescope and announced it'll be replaced by the Seestar S50 Pro in the near future. In this video, I'm going to cover what we can expect from this new model and see how it might fit within the range of smart telescopes available right now. The Seestar S50 was one of the first great budget smart telescopes when it was released in 2023 alongside the Dwarf 2. It was the first Seestar from ZWO. Since then it's been joined by the S30 in 2024 and then the S30 Pro in 2026. Its main selling point, which still made it a pretty good budget option up to now, was that it had a bigger aperture telescope than any of the other budget models. So the 50 was a 50mm aperture telescope component, quite a bit bigger than any of the other in that budget range, with the S30, the Dwarf Mini, the S30 Pro all at 30mm and the Dwarf 3 at 35mm. Aperture is one of the key specifications to look for in a smart telescope. It determines the light gathering capability, which is a factor in the image quality you can expect. So a bigger aperture is good. With it being in that 50mm range, it also rivaled premium models like the Vespera range. So the Vespera 3 and the Vespera Pro 2 are the latest iteration in that range from Vaonis. They have 50mm aperture telescopes, the same as the S50 had. So you can see it was a good option at a budget price compared to those. Another key specification of smart telescopes is the camera sensor. It did have a relatively low resolution sensor. So the S50 was a 2.1 megapixel resolution sensor, which is now puts it at the bottom of the scale alongside the most budget options like the Dwarf Mini and the Seestar S30. So as of right now, Seestar have stopped production of the S50 with a view to getting out the S50 Pro in the near future within 2026, perhaps towards the end. But what can we expect from it? What do we know? So there's no official spec sheet yet, but when the S30 was joined by the S30 Pro, there were three main things that it did. So it increased that camera resolution from 2 megapixels to 8 megapixels. It improved the optics quality within the telescope, so it maintained the aperture size, but it increased from a triplet to a quadruplet lens system. It's a bit technical, but basically it's a bit better. And the S30 Pro added a secondary camera that works with a wide angle. So it's almost like a little smartphone camera sitting in there that can be used for Milky Way captures, nightscapes in general, star trails, time lapses, things like this. It makes sense that the S50 Pro will follow a similar trajectory. So increasing that camera sensor probably from 2 megapixels up to 8.3 megapixels, slightly improving the telescope lens system but retaining that 50mm aperture, and then adding that secondary wide angle camera, which gives it a bit more versatility. I want to credit an interview from another channel called The Space Koala, which I'll link to below, where she interviewed the CEO of Seestar and he pretty much confirmed that this would be the direction of play. So better camera sensor, slightly improved telescope, secondary wide angle camera within it. He also noted a few other things though. So firstly, it would be white and not black. Secondly, that it will cost more. So this is probably fairly obvious and what we would expect, but he also noted that due to chip shortages, RAM shortages around the world, it's actually going to perhaps cost more than they might anticipate. So if we just compare it with the other models, so the Seestar S30, generally about $399. The Seestar S30 Pro came on at $599 and that's increasing. So that's about a $200 to $300 increase over the original versus the Pro. Before it stopped selling, the S50 was selling for $499. We could probably make a guess that the S50 Pro is gonna come in at around $749 to $999. That's just a complete guess based on these numbers that I'm looking at. This would make it the most expensive within that budget range of good smart telescopes, but still substantially cheaper than that next jump up to the more intermediate premium bracket where they're coming in at $2,500, the Vaonis Vespera 3, the Unistellar Odyssey. These prices I mentioned, they're all going to vary depending on where you are and when you're watching this, so you can always check links below for the live prices for you. A final point in that interview was that the CEO did confirm they're looking at bigger aperture Seestars, so he talked about a 70mm S70 or even an 80mm one, but it sounded quite far off. So what's the best smart telescope for you right now? My advice is, If you've got the most limited budget, the Dwarf Mini and the S30 are really good. If you can stretch a bit further, the Dwarf 3's my preference, but the Seestar S30 Pro is also really good. If you can get to the mid-range, the Vaonis Vespera range, they are better, but obviously the price jump is pretty significant. And if you can stretch the furthest you can to the top of the range, then you can look at the Celestron Origin Mark II for the best astrophotography model, but it is very heavy, or the Unistellar Odyssey Pro, which is the most fun and the best to share because it has the eyepiece. So I hope you found that helpful with these new updates. They're coming thick and fast with new smart telescope models. It had the Vaonis Vespera 3 and the Vespera Pro 2, which I covered in my last video. Let me know what you're thinking of, if you're thinking about waiting for the Seestar S50 Pro, or what your options are right now. If you want to know more about the whole range of smart telescopes available, then check out this video here where I go through from budget to premium and talk about the pros and cons. Cheers.